workshop, and anytime we can bring it up and show you anything you'd like.
And it might be something that correlates to a budget workshop if we're hosting one in October, maybe getting a little bit more specific with the board as far as the WUFAR codes and the objects and sources, and that way when we look at it, we understand more what's entailed within each of these individual.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
In our first resolution, we have $38,500,008 as our district tax levy amount. Where is that on the sheet? Or how do you add up to get to that? Or if that's not the right number, then...
No, that's the correct number.
We want to make sure.
To bring up
I
the
want to say
spreadsheet.
last year we had a couple of different versions before we got to our meeting and had to change some numbers, but...
So that is there, can I bring this up, Tim? I have it broken out already for you, so
Yeah, switch
it'd
over.
be easier if I can just bring up this spreadsheet. That's not my dog, but it is a cute dog. So the 38.5 consists of 31,925,603 from the general fund.
Yeah.
Debt service, 4,974,160. Capital projects, 1,482,445, and the community fund of 120,000.
Okay. Any more questions? That's good presentation there, and kind of dry run for next Monday, I suppose.
Sure, absolutely.
Mr. Unkert, I just realized that the motion cites the wrong statute.
Okay.
I have put 085, it should read 985.02.
Okay, thank you. Any more questions as we go ahead, Mr. Schmidt?
I don't know, maybe this would be a question for the superintendent. Go over the increases in the expenditures for instruction. As these numbers, they just don't ring true to what I had seen before, but if you could, I guess it's 1.9 million in increases for salaries, is that correct?
No, I don't believe that is correct. Not 1.9, it's 1.1.
Well, the 1.9 is overall, so that's not for the increases in the rates. The 1.9 includes the change from 17 to 18 where we had open positions as well as any overlap.
So, what is the increase in, I guess as you put it, the rate?
I believe it was in salaries only 907,000.
So is that where that 700, I think it was 95,000 in state, increased state aid, is that where that went for this increase or not? Going back probably about 2 or 3 meetings ago, we had I think there's almost like $1 million, and 250 of that went to Quotes Jackson Fund, and then there was some 700,000 plus that was going to be dedicated for other purposes. And is that where is the the increase in the salaries, is that where that went mainly?
In state aid, I'm sorry, I don't recall what you're saying about
Increase in state aid.
in state aid.
It was like $200 per student that we got.
Okay, right, and that's, so you get the $200 per student, but then there's an entire spreadsheet that works through. And there's different components, and one of those components that had a big impact on us is that hold harmless cause. So when you have declining enrollment, the spreadsheet DPI designed the formulas so that you're not penalized as a district for your declining enrollment in that year, so that you have time to work toward determining how can we reallocate our resources, how can we change or adjust our operations to incorporate that reduction, but it's not a permanent fix. So we've lost that hold harmless, so while you get the increased $200 per student, we've lost the hold harmless. And so net, we don't come out ahead.
So Ken, if you look on the preliminary budget, we're anticipating last year $36,175,000 in state aid. This year, based on loss of hold harmless plus loss of another grant, we're at $34,784. And those numbers aren't definite yet because we'll have another couple weeks of getting some information. So our state aid revenue for 2018-19 school year is actually, even with the $200 increase per student, we're anticipating about $1.6 million less in state aid for 2018-19 than we did in 17-18.
Then I had another question, if I may. What is the general increase in the salary? How would you break that out as far as faculty and staff, et cetera?
At this point in time, I do not believe that they have negotiated with the teachers union yet, and so that would be premature in making that statement. And so that won't be available to negotiate in good faith. That number has to happen through negotiations.
I just see this as a sizable increase, so I question it.
Discussion, any more questions?
By our next meeting, or I don't know if I'll have data before the annual meeting, but certainly at our October meeting, I'll have a better idea of where our enrollment numbers are at. And so that at least as of today, we're up higher than what we had anticipated, but that's very preliminary. The problem is that even if the numbers go up, that doesn't necessarily equate to more state aid. And so that we're hoping that even though we have a potential decline in enrollments, it is not what we thought it was going to be. It's actually, our enrollment is a little higher than what we had anticipated, but those are very preliminary, and we won't know that until the third Friday in September when we actually do count it.
Any more questions as it relates to any of the resolutions, the agenda, the proposed meeting date for next year's meeting? Budget, is it all good?
Well, just because I question the increase, that would be the reason I would vote no, because I assume if we vote in favor of these resolutions, we are in essence approving the budget as it is. Is that not correct?
You'll actually approve that. This is just and so help me out because I'm new, but this is just the resolution to take to the annual meeting. And so that by the end of October, the 1st of November is when you will formally approve the budget as well as the tax request for the constituents of the West Bend School District. And so for tonight, that's all you're doing is proposing that these resolutions go before the annual meeting of the voters of the electorate next Monday, and so you won't formally approve the budget and the tax request until towards the end of October, is that correct?
October 29th.
October 29th is when that has to happen.